with me. And in a few moments, we'll hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce. Well, Grant, this is not your average regular season game. These teams are fierce rivals.
Oh, yes, they are, B.A. I love playing in these type of games. I mean, the fans are extra loud. The players are fired up. This will be fun.
Tip-off goes to Milwaukee. Pass to Antetokounmpo. That one goes in.
And now the game is really starting to flow. We should be in for a good one.
Yeah, and it's important to get that first score quickly and establish your game.
Outside, Williams. And Williams punches it home.
What he might lack in height at the 4 spot, he makes up for it with his burst.
Here's Milwaukee. Kicks it out to Antetokounmpo. Oh, it's blocked by Williams. It's a one-on-one situation. Here's White. Here's Vucevic. And the layup falls.
A player that seemingly inhales rebounds. Vucevic attacks the glass with great energy.
Well, the last time the Bulls won a playoff series was back in 2015, Grant.
That was back when Butler and Rose were their leading scorers. And it just shows you just how long it's been. But they've been stuck in mediocrity ever since. And right now, they are desperate for a breakthrough season. Talk about taking advantage of the opportunity.
How about the anticipation right there that led to the steal, then he goes straight to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
You're taller than you think. Lonzo is a sneaky 6'6".
The shot by Lillard, no good. Giddy with it, and Lopez picks him up. Williams. Here's ball. It's deflected, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Kuzma. Here in the first quarter, with about 2 minutes gone by. Pass to Giddy. 5 on the clock. White for 3. Giannis with the rebound. Now the Bucks with it, trailing by 2. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Just a bit ago, Billy Donovan and I were able to chat. A main focus on their defense, Damian Lillard, the dynamic point guard. Coach telling me what sticks out to me about Lillard is his heart. He plays way bigger than his size. He raises the level of everyone around him. A true leader. Lillard, one of the most respected players in the league, Brian.
All right, appreciate it, Allie. Kuzma for 3. Hits the trifecta.
Good fundamental basketball from Kuz there. He works hard to find those shots and support his team.
First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes played so far. Grant, Kyle Kuzma is an instinctual scorer who gets it done in a variety of ways.
He's especially skilled inside the painted area, but he's a capable shooter from mid-range and beyond the arc. Plus, he's someone you can rely on in the clutch.
And there's the foul. It's on Kobe White. That's his first foul of the game. On the wing, Kuzma. Offensive rebound. Kicks it out to Antetokounmpo. Pass to Lillard.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
The floater.
2 minutes.
And the layup is up and in. Lillard's got his second basket.
Yeah, it looks so delicate coming off his fingertips. Lillard's floater is a lethal one.
Oh, and a fast break for the Bucks. Here's Antetokounmpo. And Antetokounmpo with the stuff.
Oh, that's impactful defense right there. Finding a steal and instantly turning it into offense.
There's Ball with a 3. That's in there. Vucevic with the assist. Ball's got 5 points.
Nice quick trigger from Ball right there. Good at sizing up the defense and knowing when to shoot off the pass.
Inside. Here's Antetokounmpo. Ooh, excellent D there from Smith. Chicago trailing here. Pass to Vucevic. Here's White, defended by Lillard. White Good.
Well, as a guard like White, you need to score inside. Force teams to respect you everywhere.
And so Prince will bring it up for Milwaukee. Lopez with it, covered by Vucevic. Antetokounmpo outside. Chicago with a rebound.
It seemed like he changed his mind during the layup, tried to pull off another shot, and choked.
Pass to Vucevic. And that one makes him 2 for 2. He's in his rhythm.
There's a reason Vucevic shoots a great percentage. So adept and skilled at scoring inside.
For 3, here's Lillard. Knocks it down from distance. He has 7.
Yeah, he makes it look so easy out there. The game comes naturally to him.
It's White with a drive. Three-pointer, Vucevic. Prince grabs the miss. Back to Lillard. Here's Kuzma. And it's Kuzma finishing it off.
As a defender, you have to get more physical with him in the post.
Yeah, once he gets the ball in that spot, help has to be very quick to rotate over.
And at the end of 1, both teams putting up some points. Milwaukee out in front, up 3. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. And some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Bucks.
Well, they're playing with great pace, pushing the ball up the floor and attacking before the defense can get set.
The Bulls trail by 3. And Grant, the combination of Giannis and Lillard, one of the most fearsome pick-and-roll tandems the league has ever seen.
You're spot on, B.A. You surround them with shooting, and you have the makings of an offensive juggernaut.
Stan, when Trey Jones is on the floor, you can just see how easily the offense flows.
Well, Brian, he's the kind of point guard that teammates love to play with because his only thought out there is setting up other guys. He's not going to light you up with his own scoring, but he is a great facilitator.
Old school, traditional point guard makes everybody better.
You don't see many of those anymore.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Giannis Antetokounmpo wants to take on the tough assignments defensively. He said, quote, "I believe I'm one of the best two-way players to ever play this game, and I want to have that challenge, knowing that you gave everything to the game and you gave everything to stop the other team's best player."
He certainly wants to dominate in every way, Allie. Thank you. Well, Grant, they say early in Giannis's career, he had to work not just on his game, but his attitude.
And that's true, B.A. It wasn't a bad attitude. He just lacked an edge. The ruthless mindset that all great players have. But, man, once he got that edge, he never lost it.
Well, when you look at the forwards in this league, there are a lot more Grant Hill types out there these days, partner.
Well, thank you for the nice words, B.A. Of course, I took pride in my overall game. And over the last few decades or so, we've seen a bunch of guys playing the 3, 4, and 5 who can pass, dribble, and shoot. So it's fun to watch the game evolve.
And there it is for him.
And that's just Giannis making the right play, feeding the open man.
And we'll have a timeout called by Billy Donovan. He wants to review the game plan. And we played just over a minute of basketball in the second quarter. Pass to Williams. Here's Collins. Back to Williams. Out to the right wing. Outside Herter. And again, no good by Chicago. The Bucks leading by 3. Giannis with a ferocious take.
The long strides of Giannis help him get down the court fast. A lethal player in transition.
To the inside. Collins, no good.
Oh, this is exactly the kind of opportunity you don't want to waste.
Porter gets the bucket.
They're really settling into a nice rhythm now, starting to gain the upper hand.
Yeah, you're seeing their offense in a flow. Now it's time for their defense to turn up the heat a little bit.
Good on the bucket. Williams has gotten his second bucket.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
Antetokounmpo outside. Oh, look at Giannis power in.
And look at Giannis using his length inside, allowing him to beat the contact and get the finish.
Williams. Good D by Antetokounmpo.
Now there's your rim protection. That's how you defend the post.
Yeah, that's an outstanding defensive stand in close.
Snatched away. Here's Williams. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot two. They pinned that one on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Hey, if you can't block it, sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
Well, Grant, from roster to coaching changes, the Bucks have been trying to become an even more elite team.
Yeah, teams are always tinkering now these days, BA. The Bucks know they are a high-level team, but they want to dominate the competition on another level.
The Bulls trail by 6.
2 minutes.
Antetokounmpo with the block.
Giannis puts his touch on every aspect of the game. Big reach on display that time.
And so it's White with it. He brings it up for Chicago. Pass to Giddey. Back to Vucevic. And the power finish by Vucevic.
Oh, what ferocity on the throwdown. I just love when he goes up with purpose.
Where was the D right there? The effort lacking big time.
And with the score as close as it is, these are the opportunities you truly can't block.
And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
And Lopez is just so big and long, which puts defenses in a bind and makes them overcommit at times.
Milwaukee shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. And he drops the first. And Lopez drops them both. You know, Stan, for a team with such a proud history, the last decade has been a tough one for the Bulls.
Yeah, Brian, it really has. They've had competitive teams, but they haven't won a full playoff series since 2014. And for such a dedicated and passionate fan base, that's been really difficult for them, let alone the front office and people that want to turn this thing around as quickly as they can.
Here's Lillard. He has 7. Down low. Here's Lopez.
Just keeping the game simple. Lillard's patience and acute understanding of pick and rolls comes in handy.
And that one's good. Giddey. There's 47 seconds left in the half. Here's Kuzma with the drive. And that one's good. Kuzma's got 7 points in the game.
Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
The offensive rebound. Second shot opportunity. Tipped. Pass to Portis. Lets the 3 fly. Vucevic with a steal. Here's Giddey. Count it. Good.
And good work on defense from Vucevic. I mean, his coaches and teammates appreciate when he hustles on this end.
On the wing, Kuzma. Nails it from beyond the arc. Kuzma's got 5 points now this quarter.
And taking a look at this first half, they've just shown better shot selection.
Yeah, they've done a better job executing offensively, moving the ball and creating high percentage looks.
And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks with a 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. Getting lots of great looks, shooting it well. That's why they're up. We'll be right back. And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Bulls trail by 9. Ball into the lane. Williams from long range. Pure from three-point range. Give him 8 points now.
That's inexcusable defense right there. You've got to contest the shot better than that.
And Giannis with the dunk.
And you can see early on that Giannis wanted to be aggressive. I mean, he's taken over at the offensive end.
Well, Grant, there are few players in the league who can attack a defense from the logo, but Lillard is one of them.
Yeah, and he makes it look so easy. You have to pick him up at the half-court line, and it's been that way for about a decade.
Outside Giddey. Clock at 2. Over Kuzma. It's wide right. Hits off the rim. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Well, the Bucks creating an elite tandem last season pairing Giannis with Damian Lillard, who said people wanted to just click right away, but when you put two guys together who have always had the ball in their hands, it's going to take time to learn how to play off of one another. It's about making sure we continue.
Whoa! Antetokounmpo flying!
Throw it up to the rim and let Giannis hammer it home. Never a bad idea.
And timeout is called by Billy Donovan. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan.
In the Silver Shield in the 3-1-2. Here's your 3. We go to Drew in the 3-1-2. Let him hear it. Your 3-1-2 crew.
Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Pass to Giddey. Back to ball. To the paint. Here's Williams. That one is off. Good D by Antetokounmpo. Now here's Lillard. Shoots from the line. Chicago with a rebound.
And even with the miss, that's a high percentage shot for him.
Here's Williams. And a nice finish on the layup. Williams has got 10.
Well, all of us coaches, we love when you can create looks in close.
And it's in there. And the Bucks lead by 10. You were there, Stan, in Miami at the inception of Heat culture. Give us a taste of it.
Well, it's a little bit overblown in one way, in that everyone basically wants people who work hard and get in shape and compete. The difference maybe with the Heat is they just have a lower tolerance for players who don't meet their standards.
White looking it over. Here's Giddey. Soft touch off the glass. He has 6. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Here's Lillard. Some solid defense from Williams. The Bulls trail by 8. Here's Ball. Good work defensively by Lopez. They've done a great job of moving the ball tonight.
Yeah, B.A., keeping everybody involved keeps everyone engaged.
The assist.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let them get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
Well, that's too easy. As he says, let me add to my highlight reel.
Kuzma for 3. That shot is off.
Well, this was his shot to miss, honestly. Poor coverage, good setup. He just couldn't knock it down.
Here's Ball. Giannis with the rebound. Milwaukee leading by 7. Stan, it's hard to believe, but the Bulls have not won a playoff series since 2015.
Well, look, Brian, it's hard to win in this league. And when you're rebuilding, trying to find the mix that'll get you over the top is a difficult chore.
Long way from those Michael Jordan glory days. Pass to Lopez. There's a screen by Kuzma. Oh, down low, the Greek freak.
Well, credit the screen there, springing him loose for the finish.
And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
First personal foul.
And a look at how the hustle game has been going for Milwaukee.
Well, look, you have to be able to count on energy and effort every night, and they're showing a lot of it with their transition buckets.
And it's Lillard with the ball for Milwaukee. Lillard converting inside.
It doesn't matter where he is on the floor. Lillard is a walking bucket.
Here's Herter. Yes, it's good.
Well, that's easy pickings for him. Unless the defense is all over him, he'll take that all day long.
Trent on the wing. Out to Lillard. Screen by Antetokounmpo. An open look for Porter. Chicago with a rebound.
Well, if you give him that shot again, I'm willing to bet he nails it, especially with that lack of defensive effort.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw. The Bulls trail by 7. And here's Jones. Pass to Smith. Oh, stolen by Lillard. Back to Portis. On the wing, Porter. No good on the 3. And so it's Milwaukee closing out the quarter with a 7-point lead. And it's all due to their ability to own the paint. They've been dominant down low. All right, we'll get back to the act. And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth quarter. The Bucks leading by 7. Pass to Green. Now Trent. The 3 is up. Smith with the rebound. Left side, Herter. Puts up a 3. Unable to get that one. To the middle. Back to Portis. Oh, nice fake, but the layup's off the mark. Here's Jones. There's Herter with the 3. That shot, no good. Outside Porter.
First personal foul. First team foul. Buck substitution. Number 12.
Bulls on D. 7-point differential. Porter gets the bucket.
Yeah, incredible range. Porter Jr. can cash you in from distance. He certainly did there.
DeSumo goes in. Pass to Buzelis. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. Here's Milwaukee. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong. No baskets allowed.
Timeout. Nice job by Porter Jr. attacking the interior, going after a close-range shot.
And we'll have a timeout called by Billy Donovan. He's looking to make some very important adjustments here. Chicago making a switch here. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, Billy Donovan was just reviewing the plan with his team, and he was adamant that they need to tighten up their D. That lack of communication at that end has led to breakdowns, wide open shooters, and easy buckets. He sounded pretty frustrated, guys.
All right, Allie, thanks once again. Here's Antetokounmpo, and they double up Antetokounmpo. Connects from downtown.
3.
And the Bucks lead by 13.
And he's not taking it easy on them at all. I mean, we all know he's going to keep pouring it on.
And defensively, that kind of effort is just not going to cut it.
Incredible. I mean, high energy in transition. Just beating the defense up the floor.
Yeah, the commitment to run is paying great dividends on the break.
Here's Giddey. Right side Jones. The 3, Smith. Drills it from deep. Smith's got himself on the board with a 3 there.
Well, that's just excellent offense. If the defense is giving that up, you've got to take it.
And then Portis with the dunk.
Terrific ball movement leading to the basket. You love to see it.
Outside Giddey. Over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth.
I'll tell you, those finishes are always extra special when they come from your point guard.
Oh, forget about his passing. Can we see more dunking?
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
6 to shoot. Here's Antetokounmpo. And he buries that one. Back rim and in. Antetokounmpo has got 21 points in the game. And we'll have a timeout called by Billy Donovan. He clearly wants to talk it over and make sure everyone is focused. Stan, you've coached so many rookies over the years. What are some key things you like to see from a player coming into the league?
Well, look, you've got to have the guy, Brian, that's ready to compete at that level and has to bring that every night. From there, it's just all about learning. There's going to be mistakes, but you want guys who can learn and improve at a consistent rate.
Is it true that defense is the fastest way into the coach's heart?
Well, it's certainly a way to gain confidence, that's for sure.
This is what Ball is known for, a selfless player who is terrific at facilitating the offense.
Lillard double team. Pass to Lopez. And the 3 off target.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it. They came out and had a statement win with their performance tonight. A fantastic effort to get it done here for the Bucks.
They were the more accurate club. And in the end, that made the difference, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., you have to love their strategy. And even more, you love the execution.
And what a huge performance it was for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Well, bottom line, he was just unstoppable at times. Not much you can do when he's playing with that kind of confidence.
And stolen by Antetokounmpo. Takes a 3. Pass to Kuzma. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo. And that one goes in.
Excellent effort on the road. They've literally sucked the energy out of this arena.
Yeah, and winning games on the road is huge, especially when you get them in such a convincing fashion.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
First team foul.
There's 39 seconds left in the final quarter. The 3 from Ball. And again, Chicago, no good. And stolen by Williams. Driving in. And Williams punches it home. 24 seconds left to play in the fourth. And Giannis Antetokounmpo picks up that foul. That'll get him his 4th foul of the game.
I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
Substitution on the court.
That'll be a 5-second call.
Violation. Bucks basketball.
There's 18 seconds left in the final quarter. Up again. It's good on the putback. And the Bucks lead by 13.
I always love the hard work on the glass. Just great activity.
Here's Rollins. Missed it. And so it's Milwaukee easily grabbing this one. It ends up being a fairly easy road win.
Those are so hard to come by. It's never easy to take a game in someone else's building.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Grant Hill, Stan